Okay, so today I am attempting to make egusi soup for my family. These are all of my ingredients I'm going to be using today. I will list them down below. I am going to start off with softening and cleaning the stockfish. So the way I do that is add some stockfish to a bowl, and I will pour boiling water over it and add some salt. This is going to clean it, soften it up, so I can remove all of the bones. Some people like to keep the bones in it. Because we have a baby in the house that eats the soup too, I remove all of the bones from the stockfish. So I'm going to pour this in here and then just set this aside for a while until it softens. Okay, in my pot, I have cleaned my beef, and now I'm adding seasoning cubes, a little bit of salt. I'll add Maggi cubes, some cayenne pepper, black pepper. Season it to your liking. We are going to go ahead and let that start to boil and cook our meat. While that is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and chop up one red onion. And this is going to be put away and used for the egusi later. So we're going to put it in the food processor. And this is how we want the chopped onions to look. We'll go ahead and put those to the side. And then in our blender, we're going to blend up a few tomatoes and 2 habanero peppers. This we are also going to put aside, and we'll be using it later on during the video. You guys, this soup has so many flavors. It takes time to cook, but it's so worth it. The first time I made this, I did pretty good. The second time, I didn't do well at all. I had to dump the whole pot out. But I'm trying it again because this is my man's favorite. Okay, so here we're going to take the chopped onions and we're going to pour them into the egusi. And we will stir this together until we make a paste. This is going to add flavor to your egusi. I did look on YouTube for a few different recipes and videos, and the very first time I made it, I was actually on the phone through text message all day with my mother and sister-in-law walking me through this. So you really want to keep working that in and add water as you go along, but really try to get as much of the onion juice out of it before you start to add the water. Just continue to add a little water at a time until you get that paste that you want. The egusi makes the entire meal, so this part you do not want to mess up on. I was in the kitchen all day making this soup. Just gonna add a little bit more water, and I think that should do it. Yep, so this is what you want it to look like. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start to pull apart my stockfish and remove the skin, remove all of the bones. Again, you are welcome to keep the bones in, but I remove them for our 1-year-old, or almost 2 years old, actually. But he does like to eat this, and I don't need him eating any bones. Stockfish is a tough fish, but soaking it in that hot water with some salt to clean it, it really loosens it up. By doing it this way, instead of boiling it, it also minimizes the smell, the aroma that you get in your house from it, I believe. And then it's one less thing on the stove as well while you're cooking. Okay, and this is what it looks like after, deboned, cleaned. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a few scoops of palm oil in a hot pan. This is the start of the egusi. This part makes me so nervous because again, the egusi makes the soup. If I don't get this part right, it's not happening. It's just not gonna happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in some more chopped onions. And we're gonna fry those. I never know if I put too much palm oil in. I'm trying my best here, but it came out good, you guys. But if any aunties out there have any tips, please leave it down below. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add those tomatoes and habanero peppers in now. We're gonna stir those in. Again, this soup has so many flavors. It is so good. So while that fries a little bit, I'm gonna go over to the pot of our meat, and we're gonna go ahead and add the stockfish in now. And we'll add a few more seasonings in as well. I'm gonna add more seasoning cubes, some cayenne pepper, crayfish, I kind of eyeball everything too when I pour it in. I probably should measure it out. I love seasoning cubes and Maggi cubes. I probably put Maggi cube in a lot of my dishes. I'm gonna go ahead and put in a lot of cayenne pepper because we like spice in this house. And more black pepper. And again, you season this to your liking. The important thing in this one, I believe, is the crayfish seasoning that I put in, the dried crayfish. Okay, we're gonna continue to let that boil. And we're gonna go back over to our palm oil and onions, tomato, And we're gonna start to add in the egusi. And with the egusi, you wanna just drop it in little spoonfuls at a time. This is what I've seen in a lot of the videos that I've watched. And then we want to slowly work the egusi in. So I'm just kind of getting it all in the palm oil now, slowly. And then after, you want to kind of lift up the egusi and turn it over so every part is being fried. This part, again, you guys, stresses me out. It stresses me out. It takes me about 15 to 20 minutes, and I hope I'm doing it right, you guys. I can tell you the flavor was definitely there when we were done, when I was done cooking it. My father-in-law and my man enjoyed it a lot. I did put too much meat in it, so I put about 3 pounds of beef, boneless, and it was a little too much meat. So next time I would probably choose to do 2 pounds instead. You can choose to cook it with bone-in meat. I see that a lot. And you don't have to just use beef. You can use lamb. I was about to say chicken, but you guys, I'll tell you a story about that in a second. So this is how you want your egusi to look. And this is all fried. I'm gonna go ahead and now add in some bitter leaf. And spinach. With the vegetables, I've seen people do different things. Our auntie, she uses bitter leaf and spinach, so that's what I chose to use. You guys, the first time I went to a Nigerian restaurant to order egusi soup, I didn't know what kind of meat when the lady asked me, so I said chicken. And then she said, our men don't eat chicken. And I said, well, okay, why ask me then? Give me beef. It was so funny. So I only use beef in the egusi. Oh, she was really nice though. It was funny. So once I'm done stirring all of this together, this will all then go into the pot of meat. And I marinate it for hours. Like I just have it on low and let it cook. I'm not sure if it was because I had too much meat in it or maybe I needed to have more broth, but it should have been a little bit more liquidy, I guess, at the end. So I'm going to continue to work on this. It's not going to be the last time I make it, and over time I will get better. But like I said, they said the flavors were definitely there. They loved it. And they ate it like 3 nights in a row. And this is what it looks like in the end. All right, we're gonna go ahead and make some Gary. This is my first time making this, you guys, so I hope it comes out good. I put 3.5 cups of water in here. I don't think I'm gonna put all of it. I'm gonna do probably 3 cups. 3 cups of water to start with because you can always add to it. So there was once I tried to make pounded yam and it did not come out good. It did not come out good at all. So tonight I'm gonna try to make gari, and this is with some egusi that I made. This is the pack. You guys can see it. Let me see. There you go. Sorry. So I buy this pack from an African store here in the Bay Area. And they did have white gari and yellow gari. I do not know the difference of it, but I know whenever we've gone to any family's house that they didn't make pounded yam, they always made gari, and it was this color, so that's what I went with. I hope this comes out right. I'm supposed to boil this water. Let me get this boiling. I'm over here talking instead of boiling the water. Okay, you guys, so the water is boiling now. I hope it's gonna come out right. So I put two cups of gari in this. I don't think it's the numbers. Oh, because I'm not showing them. So I put 2 cups of gari in this. I'm just gonna stir it in. I hope this comes out right. If not, I'll be making some white rice to go with this Egusi soup tonight, and I know that is not what my man and my father-in-law would want with it. They want this or some pounded yam. I might have put too much water. Oh no, it's starting to feel thicker now. It's starting to feel thicker. Kind of like cream of wheat or some grits. Okay, and then you just mix it. I may have gotten this one. Y'all see that? Snap. I think I did this. This is way easier than the pounded yam. The pounded yam, I may have to watch a few videos on that. See someone do it. Something. Because I didn't do good with that at all. This is super easy to make. Okay. That's like it. Wow, this will be a short video, but look at that. That's how it looks. Wow. So, gari, pounded yam, all of that. Okay, so now I'm gonna plate. I'm gonna take this small plate. This is still kind of warm. Ooh. Up some gari. I'm gonna start him off with this much. So I always make my father-in-law's plate first. So that's what I'm doing. Like that. And then, look at this. Let me move this out of the way. Look at that, y'all. Look at that, y'all. Let me get something to scoop that with. All right, look at this. You gotta get in there. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. So, in this, again, I just used some stockfish and some beef that you would like use for beef stew. So boneless. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. It smells so good. Like, I wish you guys can smell this. And then also on this plate, I'm gonna go ahead and add a few of these. Some few plantains for him.